Today 12 August, market trade an average bar with below average volume up 3 points to close at 3183. Market is generally listless. This is an inside bar after yesterday wide range reversal bar. Now there was an attempt at 3200 but was short-lived. So generally market is still tight in the trading range. Immediate resistance is at 3200, support is at 3145. Let's take a look at the strong stock we've been discussing. This is Grand Venture. Mentioned that it's already overextended and we need to actually closely manage our position. Now the last breakout is actually here, contractions, and it ran up with increasing daylight. And with this wide range reversal bar, we have gotten out using a 2-bar callback. Now usually after a deep retracement, stock likely to actually trade sideways. Similarly for Franken, the stock is actually overextended, so position need to be closely managed. Now after this extension bar, stock generally trades sideways. In the process, the daylight is actually getting smaller. Now if you can continue to do likewise, that will be generally positive. And we look for eventually break above this high here of 224. This is contraction setup. EMS, again quite similar pattern after a extension bar followed by a pullback. This is a small deeper setup. High here is at 178. Now last week we also discussed AEM, which is less preferred stocks. Let's take a look. Now this is what we actually was discussing. It's actually approaching this very obvious overhead resistance and it actually failed. This happens after the announcements. You notice actually opened with a gap and it failed. So again, this is less preferred for this reason, and of course even if break this resistance, we have congestion areas to contend with. Raffles Medical stock run up and is experiencing retracement now. Over the last 4 sessions, lower volume, yeah, but technically it's still a small deeper setups, but one high here it's at 150. Notice in the process it closed at daylight. Sarintech. Now this stock appears to be more erratic. Notice actually over here we have a break of this downward trend line followed by a gap, and you test this high here and trade a long dated doji as a sign of uncertainty and followed by retracements. And this happened after yesterday wide range reversal bar and the process closes daylight. So it's generally negative in that sense, but whatever the case may be, we'd like to see what happens. If we can actually bounce off, that would be generally good and eventually take out this high here. Currently at this point in time, there's a big deeper setup. 2-bar high here is at 805. ISDN. After a run up, starts actually retrace. This is a small deeper setup. Look for a break above this high here of 85 cents. OIO. Very nice run up after this gap, and today trade an inside day with low volume, so it's a rest day. So again, we like to wait for it to actually finish its pullback and look for a break above high here of 725. Now we also discussed QMN Dentals, and this stock succumbs to selling at late hour. So after this run up, stocks trade sideways, and at the late hour itself, it actually trade a wide range reversal bar. So the bets is off for this stock. It's currently closing below 26 SMA. We also been discussing Union Gas. Again, this stock is actually consolidating after this attempt at this high here. So far the pullback volume is actually low. Again, we just have to wait patiently for it to complete its consolidation. Notice actually the 1326 is actually converging. So it's signs of losing momentum. So we just have to patiently wait for it to complete and eventually take out this high here of 124.